Today's big news headline: cows. So PETA, the animal rights activist group, strikes again in order to strike Nintendo this time, because apparently it's all over cow in Mario Kart. And no, it's not even really because of the cow driving or anything like that. No, it goes a lot deeper. They actually write to Nintendo with this and states, "Greetings, I'm writing on behalf of people of the ethical treatment of animals, PETA. PETA entities have more than 10 million members and supporters globally. We heard there's a new star in Mario Kart World, Cow. She is already winning hearts everywhere, including ours, but one detail has us hitting the brakes: the brass ring in Cow's nose." Yeah, the ring. "Would you please show empathy towards bovines and remove the nose ring?" Here's why this is so important. Nose rings are used by the meat and dairy industries to exploit, control, and even drag animals to their deaths. These brass rings are crudely stabbed through the sensitive septum of cows and bulls, which can cause lasting pain and discomfort. The dairy industry will also clip spiked nose rings on baby cows so that the comforting act of nursing from their mother causes her pain and the baby is rejected and kicked away. To control bulls, a chain might be fastened from the nose and ring to the bull's horn, or even from pain-driven control. The brass ring in cow's nose glosses over real-world violence and cruelty to animals. That's why we're asking you to give this beloved bovine a small but meaningful upgrade. Remove the nose ring and let cow race freely, without any painful reminders of the industry that treat animals like profit-making machines. Every animal is someone, so leave the rings to Sonic and let cow breathe free. Is the way. They've even been making like posters and banners and stuff and posting them all over the internet, like trying to get Nintendo to see this and take this down. But dude, it's like the funniest thing ever to me. This is a video game cow for Mario, a Mario Kart cow that's racing in a cart. I can't. What cracks me up the most about this is, they don't care if cow gets destroyed by shells, ran over by someone with a mega mushroom, or struck by lightning. None of that matters. It's just the nose ring. There's no chain or anything attached to the nose ring. It's just there for like a little show thing. But no, it shouldn't be there. Nintendo must remove it, apparently. So yeah, if you know Nintendo, they stand very firm on their ground unless it's something huge going on. So they're probably not even going to gloss an eye at this thing. So I just thought it was funny and a interesting part of news. But let's move on to some stuff that's a little bit more interesting. Sakurai takes to Twitter and potentially gives us some new information about when a Nintendo Direct could be happening soon. And he states, "It doesn't matter to most people, but Sora Limited, his own company, is celebrating its 20th anniversary. That's a long time. Thank you for your continued support." The new game, Kirby Air Rider, hasn't even shown gameplay footage yet, and he has asterisks around Kirby Air Rider because it seems like maybe the name's going to change. There might be some type of new name for it or something. Who knows? But the new game, Kirby Air Rider, hasn't even shown gameplay footage yet, but I think we'll be able to share some information soon. Please wait. Now, a lot of people have jumped on this thinking, okay, surely this means we're getting a Nintendo Direct soon. I mean, like, duh, though. I mean, we skipped the summer Nintendo Direct. The last opportunity, it seems like now, is next month in September. Surely we're going to get something in September. But that's not really a big interesting thing. I think what's interesting to me is the way Sakurai's been talking about this game. Every time he brings it up, it's kind of in this vague, like almost it's not done yet type of vibe. I don't know, maybe it's just me, but is anybody else feeling that sort of way? He posted something very similar about a couple months ago and stated, "Today was the release date of the GameCube's Kirby Air Ride 22nd anniversary. At the same time, it's also the anniversary of Iwata-san's passing, 2015. Rest in peace, Iwata. 10 years have passed since then. Iwata-san was about 10 years old, then he joined the company around 10 years before me. But I'm starting to catch up in age, aren't I? Right now, I'm pouring my heart out into making Kirby Air Rider. It's shaping up to be something great." And right around the announcement of the game, he actually took to Twitter and said, "It'll take some time until the release, but the entire staff is working hard, so please wait." So, I don't know. To me, this just sounds a lot like this game isn't ready, and this game may not be coming out this year. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I could be wrong entirely. But it just feels like Sakurai's kind of preparing us to wait. You know, just wait. You know, we haven't shown you gameplay yet. It'll come. Just wait. I find it really strange that they're just going to pop up in September with gameplay and then Sakurai say this game is coming this year. I don't think Sakurai's ever worked like that with any of the games that he's developed. So I'd be very surprised unless this is just part of, once again, Nintendo's whole new marketing strategy of keeping games close to their chest until like a couple of months until they release. But if this game comes out at all this year, I'm still on my initial prediction of it being like the last month, like a December game, like Sakurai did for Smash Ultimate, being like at the very tail end of the year. But yeah, I think people online are blowing this way out of proportion simply due to the fact that, you know, we're getting a Nintendo Direct soon. I mean, we would have to be, because if not, there's something seriously wrong for us to not have a Nintendo Direct since, what, April? So yeah, Nintendo would have to, you know, start revealing some stuff before the holiday season, especially some of these release dates. Now, about a year ago, we were seeing patents pop up about some type of second screen that might be added to some console with one screen, and it looked like the Nintendo Switch 2. But a lot of people are arguing online that this could just be something that just fell short, this is something that's not actually going to happen, and that this may not even be a patent for the Switch 2, it could be for something else entirely. But apparently this patent has been updated again a second time since last year, which is very interesting. So, you know, a lot of people are wondering, are we actually going to get some type of second screen accessory or something for our Switch 2? Once again, that bottom screen doesn't necessarily look like a Switch 2 at all, but it's a patent, so who actually knows what this is supposed to be, or if this is even a thing that's going to come out. But of course, when you see two screens, immediately you think of DS, so I don't know if this is something for like us to play DS games on our Switch 2, maybe like DS NSO, or some way to maybe even play some of the Wii U games on Switch 2, which most of them are already on Switch 2, so I doubt that would be the case, so I have really no clue what this could be, or even if this is going to be a thing. Well, with the month of September quickly approaching, fans are getting anxious and starting to post tons of fake leaks and stuff. Like, for instance, we covered something that was a rumor from someone online that talked about how we could be getting a new Super Mario Brothers collection. Well, someone made a box art and acted like it was real, and right away, I mean, if you just take a quick glance at this thing, you can tell it doesn't look real. And also the back, they used the same barcode as like New Super Mario Brothers U. So obviously it was quickly shot down and labeled as a fake. If you remember 5 years ago for the 35th anniversary in 2020, there was a bunch of random Twitter accounts starting to pop up, and they were privated. And they had some weird random names, but it would be like at Super Mario 35th or something. And it would have like this Japanese address. And a lot of people thought that these were official accounts that were getting ready to go live. Well, it turns out back then, that wasn't the case. It was just fan accounts trolling and messing around. But a lot of those leaks actually happened. For instance, the Mario 3D All-Stars happened and some other things as well. But this happened again. Another Twitter account popped up, random name with all A's, says Super Mario 40th. And there's nothing on there. It's just a privated account. And of course, people are starting to speculate, is this Nintendo, or are they gearing up for, you know, an anniversary account? No, this is probably just another troll, someone messing around. But who knows, maybe it's the same situation where the Twitter account is fake, but the word on the video games is actually true. For instance, we actually do get a new Super Mario Brothers collection, so who knows at this point. But yeah, that's most of the crazy news that's going on around the world right now with Nintendo. But yeah, it was a pretty quiet week overall. Not a whole lot going on, so hopefully this upcoming week there's more things. I think Gamescom is going to have probably a lot more preview information on some of the games there. Metroid Prime 4, maybe getting some more gameplay and stuff like that. But still, nothing really big for this month. The biggest thing we have left is Kirby and the Forgotten Land getting its Switch 2 edition with the Star-Crossed World DLC, which is coming in just 2 weeks, which is pretty exciting. But outside of that, still no release dates, no upcoming games that we know of that is actually scheduled for this year. Outside of Pokemon Legends ZA. So yeah, we're kind of in the dark right now. So hopefully Nintendo opens up soon. They're probably going to make us wait until September, unfortunately. But you know what? It is what it is. Hopefully they come out with some huge new announcements and a big Mario 40th celebration that month as well. But thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure you leave a like and subscribe to stay up to date on all things Mario and Nintendo in general. Also, I really hope you all have a blessed day, and I'll see you all on the next one. See you guys.